The story begins by showing us a small village in South Africa. The villagers are farming there. Then a man suffers a heart attack, due to which he dies on the spot. This man's brother, who is a farmer, was also there. That farmer is deeply saddened by his brother's death. After which, all the villagers perform the rituals associated with his brother's death, and the farmer returns home. His wife, daughter, and son live with him there. His son's name is William, who is very intelligent. William enjoys fixing radios. That is why he always keeps fixing the radios of his friends and the people around him. When he goes to school, the principal lines up William and all the children and says that if anyone among them has not submitted their fees, they will be expelled from school. Actually, his dad's financial condition is very bad. That is why they had not deposited the fees for a long time. William's class teacher, who likes his sister, tells William that he will have to submit the fees soon. Otherwise, he will be expelled from school. But he knew that Dad did not have enough money to pay the fees. At the same time, he wanted to study a lot. He was very passionate, whereas his mother wanted William to work in the fields with his dad. When William is studying at night, due to the darkness, he asks his mother for oil so he can light the lantern. But his mother refuses. She says, "I cannot give you oil for studying. We have to save it for household work, which is very necessary." The next day after school, William goes to a junkyard, where there are many electrical and iron things. There he finds a lamp and a battery. He thinks that with these things, he will light a bulb for himself to read at night. Now the next day, some people come to the village who tell the villagers, "We will give you money, but in return we want to cut down the trees in your fields." But the village head refuses. He says, "These trees protect our fields from floodwaters, salvaged. If we cut them down, a flood will come into our fields." Then William's dad also agrees with him, but all the other farmers sign the paper, which stated that those people could cut trees from their fields. Because there was a lot of poverty, Gurbat, in the village, and everyone needed money. Soon the work of cutting down the trees in the fields begins. That night William tells his dad, "I need money for school fees, Papa." But his dad says, "Son, I don't have money right now. I can't pay your fees yet. You will have to wait until the harvest. Only after I get the money, then can I pay your fees." William becomes very upset about this. The next day when he goes to school with his friend, there his class teacher's bicycle is parked. There is a light fixed on that bicycle. William needs the battery of that light, but he sees that there is no battery in that light. Instead, it has a system installed that lights up the lamp when the wheel turns. He doesn't understand how the light is working. Now when William goes to school, he is expelled from school along with all those children who had not paid their fees for the last several months. He becomes very upset, and now the poor boy wants to study in school somehow, but he cannot see any way. At the same time, it starts raining here. Due to this, William's dad's fields are filled with water and his entire crop is destroyed. Seeing this, his dad becomes very worried, because he doesn't have rations for a long time. That is why he goes to a friend and tells him, "I have some money. I want to save my trees with this money, so that my fields remain protected from water." Then his friend says, "A drought is going to hit very soon. Floods have also come to Kenya. Don't spend the money you have right now. It will come in handy during your bad times." And William's dad does not get any help from there, so he returns disappointed. Soon the summer season arrives here, and the land is completely dry. There is no water of any kind, good or bad, that can be put in the fields, and William goes to the junkyard once again, where he finds 2 batteries. But these batteries were completely dead. He wants to somehow fix these batteries and turn on the pump he found earlier, so that his dad's fields and crops can get water even in the summer. He secretly goes to school, and after class ends he goes to his class teacher and asks, "How does the light on your bicycle turn on without a battery?" The teacher tells him, "This is an electric dynamo." But William does not have enough money to buy an electric dynamo. That is why he asks his teacher, "Can I make it?" The teacher says, "Yes, there are many such books in the library which you can read and then make a dynamo. But due to not paying the fees, William is now not allowed to go to the library. That is why he tells his teacher, "I know a secret of yours. You come to meet my sister, right? If you want me to keep this secret, then you will have to get me permission to go to the library." Hearing this, the teacher has to agree to his demand, and he takes William to the librarian and gets him permission to enter the library. When he was roaming around the library looking at books, there were many books related to energy, with the help of which he could make an electric dynamo. That is why he was happy. Now, after a few days, the president comes to the village. Then the village chief presents his case to him. They need money and explain all the shortcomings here. But the president's people take the chief aside and beat him badly, because they only wanted the votes of the people here. They were not concerned with their sufferings or their shortcomings. William's dad understands that whatever needs to be done must be done by himself. He realized no help would come, which worried him a lot. He goes to his field and harvests his crop, which is very meager this time. He only has rations for 2 months, and he doesn't know where they will get food after 2 months. William's dad now removes the tin roof of his house and goes to the market to sell it. There news comes on the radio that the price of grain is going to increase very soon. That is the cost of foodstuffs, because there is very little grain in the country. Everyone gets very worried about this. But the truth was that it was all a ploy of the government, because a lot of corruption was going on here. That is why corrupt officers make money by lying to people. Here William's dad joins the people who are shouting slogans against the government and taking out rallies against them. And when he leaves, 2 vehicles carrying grain arrive in their village. These were sent by the government for the people here, and they were giving grain at a very low price. William's mother gives William money and sends him to get grain. And when he leaves, some people come to their house from behind and steal the grain they had taken out of their fields and stored. And now they do not have a single grain left, due to which his mother cries sadly. After some time, William returns with some rations, and William's dad also arrives. She says that now we can only eat once a day. This way we will be able to stretch these rations for a few days. William's entire family is helpless, because neither the government is giving them any help, nor is it raining. One night William goes to his sister and says, "I know you love my teacher. I want you to ask him for the dynamo attached to his bicycle. I will run a motor pump with it, which will allow us to extract water and deliver it to the fields." His sister does not give any answer to this. But the next day when William comes back with firewood, he sees that his sister has left home. Her parents are worried. They are crying. When he goes into the room, he sees that his sister has left the dynamo there for him, which was attached to his teacher's bicycle, meaning that his sister ran away from home with his teacher. And now William connects this dynamo with his friends to a windmill, i.e. Hawaii Chaki, and runs a radio with it, which makes everyone very happy. After this, they all go to the junkyard and bring back a lot of materials. Now William needs a big windmill, for which he needs a bicycle. That is why he goes to his dad and shows him a radio running from his small windmill and dynamo. But his dad doesn't understand anything. After this, William tells his dad, "I want to build a big windmill. With it, I will run the water motor and we will be able to water our fields in every season. But for this, I will need your bicycle, and once you give it, you will never be able to ride that bicycle again because it will have to be cut." Hearing this, William's dad gets very angry. He breaks William's windmill and says, "You do all these useless tasks. From today onwards, you will work with me in the fields." And now he is forced to work in the fields with his dad. Now William, his dad, and all the villagers are troubled by hunger. When he returns home now, he sees that all his friends are leaving the village. So he tells them, "We have to stay here. We will build a big windmill, which will give water to our fields in every season, and we will be able to grow crops in every season." William goes to his dad once again with all his friends. So he and his friends ask William's dad for his bicycle, but he scolds everyone and drives them away. Just then it is revealed that William's grandmother has died. Because of this, his mother becomes very sad. Along with this, William's dog also dies because it had not eaten anything for many days, and it died due to hunger. William is shattered by the death of his dog. He starts crying bitterly. His dad also understood now that he had to find some way out. That is why he goes to William and says, "I don't see any way now. If you think you can extract water by running the motor pump, then you can take my bicycle, which you need." And after this, William takes his dad's bicycle and gets it cut so that it can be made part of the windmill. And now all the villagers together start building the windmill. A large windmill is erected using big pieces of wood to which the bicycle is connected. And when the windmill's wheel rotates, the bicycle's wheel also starts rotating, which was connected to the dynamo. Now they want to charge the battery with this dynamo. Everyone starts working in the fields. After some time, the battery also charged, which turns on the water motor, whose pipe was dropped inside the well. And now the people working in the fields suddenly see that water has started coming into the fields. Their happiness knows no bounds. They could not believe their eyes. Now this was a task, a successful result that no one had hoped for. But William showed that he could complete this work with his intelligence, belief, hard work and dedication. And now it was a success. William's dad hugs him. He was also quite emotional. After some time, it is shown that crops have started growing in William's dad's fields and the rest of everyone's fields, meaning that because of William, they can now grow crops in any season. William goes up onto the windmill once again, and from there he sees the fields of the whole village, which were lush green, which makes him very happy. Soon everyone comes to know about this, and when this news reaches William's school, he is given a lifetime scholarship, meaning he can now go to school forever without money.